Before I begin, I've got to say, to whoever invented these grad caps, they certainly didn't have the likes of me in mind. So if you'd please refrain from focusing too much on my ears, I'll begin. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rishi Hazra, and, well, wow, we're graduating today. Just 4 years ago, we walked in timidly to Skyline, to our freshman orientation, and discovered the energetic Mr. Guy and the bright blue-shirted seniors for the very first time. The link leaders, who we would know for just a year before they disappeared and left us to fend off Skyline with our own devices. We would hear the term senioritis jump up every year around the start of second semester. But let's be honest, how many of us really knew what that term meant? Not me. But then, just a few months earlier, senioritis hit us all. And the feeling is almost impossible to put into words. And until today, until right now, you felt it too. But now, a new realization is settling in. We're leaving. We're moving on to different places, to different things, to bigger things, to freedom. But wherever you go, whatever you do, Skyline will be right here waiting for you. Because whether you like it or not, Skyline has indefinitely placed itself into your life. From now, Skyline was that place where you spent every day as that rowdy teenager. Skyline was home to the many memories you made, the good and the bad. You went to your first game dressed as a Spartan, green, black, and white from head to toe. Man, have you even seen what the Spartans look like? Just search it up. We were way off. You went to your first dance, not knowing what homecoming meant. You had your first heartbreak. Can you imagine? Sorry, too soon? You took your first standardized test, ran your first 5K, and emptied your wallets and purses onto overpriced concessions, semi-decent food trucks, and an all too often out-of-stock vending machine. But you were proud to live in Sammamish. After all, we were ranked the greatest small city to live in America, by Wallatup in 2020, and everyone knows about that. But Sammamish is still an unknown mouthful, and will soon end up being from Seattle. So let your experiences over the last 4 years sink in before they wash away, and be remembered forever, because a time will come when we think back to the good old days, and a feeling of nostalgia will wash over us. And if you're sitting here right now, worried that none of these will apply to you, it's not too late. I know we're graduating, and it's almost nearing the official end of our high school career. But that hardly matters. It's not the end, because what made Skyline so memorable are the people sitting around you right now. Your peers, your teachers, your friends, your families. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Neil. And they're not leaving tomorrow because today is June 15th. They're not cutting ties because you've suddenly got a high school diploma in your hands. No, it's never the end, only new beginnings. So let's have our fresh start. Let's try our hand at being independent and fixing all that we complained about endlessly over the last 17 or 18 years. As the next generation of adults, it's now our explicit responsibility to stand up for what is right. We no longer have the excuse of youthful ignorance. We no longer have the excuse of not being the ones in power. No, we have the privilege, the right, and the responsibility to create the world that we want to live in. To stay informed and formulate our own perspectives, to vote. But before we part ways, I'd love to share with you a maxim that has never failed to motivate me. If you feel a system is immoral or unjust, beat the system to break the system. You have the power to do so. The world will always be unjust, but you will always know what is right and what is wrong. Congratulations, class of 2023. Let's make the world we want.